Welcome back, folks. This is episode 60 of It's About Your Paycheck.
Mhm.
And today's episode is Does gender or ethnicity impact your pay? We already know the answers, but we're going to speculate a little bit about some things. Before we get into that, what's up, Walt?
It's actually how does it impact how much you save?
Oh, you save. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, I did the wrong research.
It's still all good. I think it's still good information. So
Where's my stiff, though? Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, it is still good info, though. It
it
is
is still good
interesting.
information.
Yes.
It's there though, right?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
some
okay, okay,
notes. I got some
okay,
stuff, but it was the opposite.
okay. But it's still good info. Yeah, man. I'm good. How about yourself? How's the fitness challenge going for you?
It's going good still. Like I said, I've been using Fetch more diligently, and it's free money. But so, what makes me skeptical about it, because I think I get it pretty much, but what makes me skeptical is if you don't know what the product is, you're the product as far as apps are
Mm,
concerned. And this is free. It's gonna give me money,
mm,
but it's gaining valuable data, for our buying habits, really. And if
yeah.
you do pay attention, so if you pay attention to it, but okay, the conspiracy stuff aside, it is a good app. You just basically take a picture of your receipts. It gives you points. You could also play games and do surveys to get more points. I don't do that. I just do the receipt part. Yeah, I get points. I think I'm in the thousands right now. And
Mm,
then it's once you get to a certain point, and it shows you this gift card is 1,000 points, and this gift card is 2,000 points or whatnot. And it's like 10, 20, $25 gift cards to different places. But what I just noticed was if you buy certain products, you get more points. So if you pay attention to it, like I saw it recently, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I buy this stuff, and you can do e-receipts. I'm missing out. I need to connect it to my Walmart shopping cart
yeah, that's an
because
opportunity.
I'm
Yeah.
missing out on all the points from there because I don't get a receipt. It's an e-receipt, right?
Mhm.
And unless I download, let me see if I can Now I'm thinking about it. I might be able to download one and upload it, which is fine. If I can't connect it, I can. If folks are probably like, why don't you just connect it? Because I don't have the password. It's already locked in. My wife is the gatekeeper for the password. She'll kill me if I ask her. She'll be like, "What? I don't know it." So, anywho, folks, this is what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
But the app is cool like that. And again, free money. Again, they're getting valuable data on your buying habits for sure.
Mhm.
But they're able to go politic to companies like, yo, look, people are buying X something, whatever marketing stuff they're doing, it works, and you get free money for it if you're interested. And
Mhm.
to loyalty programs in general, like those, they work. If you, I think Starbucks is the pioneer of loyalty program. So I'm always hearing all the news bits I hear always benchmark one loyalty program against Starbucks loyalty program. So clearly, and why wouldn't you, right? If you buy at Starbucks every day, and if you buy five, you get one free at some point. Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so Fetch is much like that. But it's not brand specific.
So let me
So
ask you.
yeah,
So your go-to store for grocery shopping, is it Publix?
No, I do Publix for produce only because we do Walmart delivery,
Okay.
and the
Okay.
Walmart delivery people don't care about your produce. They just grab whatever. It'd be a
Ah.
bag of rotten shit, and they just put it in your here. Take a bag of mold,
I didn't mean to trigger you. You sound like you have some experience.
bro.
Just some
Yeah,
irritation.
of course, because it took a few bags of spoiled produce before we were like, okay, no
I don't-
more produce from Walmart delivery.
yeah.
If y'all are listening, I don't know what to tell you. Step your game up. But we do Publix for produce. I'll go and pick my stuff out fresh, and that's really it. And if I need something one off, there's a Publix really close, so I'll go there.
So something that I usually either go to Publix or Kroger.
Okay.
And I think another opportunity that I have is to look at the things that are on sale, look at the coupons and stuff, because I know out of sight, out of mind, they have the coupons right there in the
Right
little
there when
section
you
when you
walk
walk
in.
in.
Yep.
And most people, I barely see anybody grab those coupons from there. You have to be intentional about that because that's an opportunity. Yeah, you may save $1 on something, but that's still $1
Dollar's a
saved.
dollar, yeah.
You know what I'm
But a lot of
saying?
people have the app, so you can do the
Digital
app.
coupon. Yep.
Yep.
Do you do that? Do you have the app?
I don't have the. I don't have either because I don't buy there. That's not my main. Either way, I should probably because even though the one-off things that I do get could be on
Yep.
sale.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I get a lot of produce, a lot, and then a lot of some of the produce that I get they will have twofers.
Yep.
Here's a tip for, and probably any grocery store. They used to get me with the 2 for 10, right?
Yes.
I used to think you had to buy 2 to get it for $5, $5 each.
No, you
Nope.
just take one. It's $5.
Just take one, it's $5. So
Yep.
that's a mental trick that they do. Whereas buy one, get one, BOGO is really BOGO.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 for 10, it makes you think it's a deal. It's not a
Yeah.
deal. You could buy one for 5.
Yep.
So keep that in mind because they got me for a while like that until I got one. One point, it was one time that I was like, I don't need 2. I really just don't need 2. I'm gonna have to lose on the sale, and I just got one, and I was like,
Yep.
wait a minute,
It's already
does the
programmed
same
in.
goddamn price?
Yeah.
So
Already programmed in.
peep
Yep.
that, folks, because Publix is nice and everything, and the higher grocery stores are great, but I'm a Walmart for our most of our stuff, and then I'll go cherry pick at Publix.
Yep. And look, that's a good way to save money. Is by
Yeah.
changing where you shop, how you
Yeah.
shop. You can get
Yep.
a lot of great quality stuff at Aldi too. Great stuff there, and
Yep.
look, it just depends on what you're willing
Look,
to do.
I pay attention over the summer. I did a meat package from Aldi. Remember I was talking
Yeah,
about
you
the
were telling me
barbecue
about
pack?
that. Yes.
They had an amazing meat package over the summertime. I don't know if they still have it, but it was like different cuts of steaks and burgers, a few hot dogs. Like it was great. And it was like $60 for this one box, and you got easily $160 worth of meat in that box.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really good savings for that. So I definitely
There you go.
based on my feed, like I follow all these folks that are like, oh, go to Aldi's and save on this, and go to Costco and save on that. So I'll follow if something piques my interest. I'm like, oh wait, I use that, I need that, I'm gonna go save on it.
That's a great tip. That's a great opportunity for me myself to follow, and for those who are listening to follow too. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
All right. So let's get into the pay news, man, and go from
Let's
there.
do it.
All right. So the article I have was a person who was fired. She was taking care of her son, and she needed to. Her son needed emergency surgery, so she took time off from work to be by his side, and she took leave. She's in the state of California. She took leave, and it was covered under the California Family Rights Act, so that she could be by her son and not worry about the loss of her job. But her job, which was a occupational health center of California, terminated her.
Wow.
Yeah, terminated her employment, and because of that, she ended up winning $9.3 million in a workplace discrimination lawsuit.
Amen.
For unlawful termination.
That's
look,
right.
The reason I wanted to do this thing is because, look, it says there's a stat here that says that 1 in 5 American workers have experienced wrongful termination at one point in their careers. That's 20%.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? And some of the people that may be listening, no matter what profession you're in, you may have been wrongfully terminated at one point. So that means that there's 2 of us here on this podcast. If we got 3 more people, one of us, you know what I'm saying? So look, do you think about that, Brian? Can you think of any times where you think that's happened to somebody in your life?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And a lot of times the sad part is they don't fight if they're being honest, because a lot of times people don't want to say, yes, I was rightfully terminated. I mean, it's embarrassing.
Okay. That's true.
It's embarrassing. If you get terminated, you lose your job. Like, why? It's so easy to keep jobs. How are people losing them? It's when the teacher says, hey, you got an A. First day, I didn't give you an F. You gave yourself an F.
Yeah.
I didn't fire you. You fired you.
Yeah.
So a lot of times that's the case, and folks don't really want to admit.
Look,
hey,
that's why it's only 20%.
Right.
1 in 5.
1 in 5,
right.
exactly.
Oh, that's why it's only 20%. So, but still,
yeah.
If this happened to you, but see, I think a lot of times that people in the 20% want to know what percentage of that percent actually fights,
Yeah, that's a good
actually
one.
takes it to court and say, no, you know
Yes.
what? No, I'm coming after them.
Yep.
Versus just, hey, on to the next
Laying
one,
down,
another
just laying
job.
it down and keep it
Yeah,
going.
it
Yeah,
happened.
because lawyers love those, man. If you have
Mhm.
if you have an actual, a rightful, how you can say, a validated wrongful termination, they will absolutely go to bat for you, and you're gonna win something. They'll take it. Don't be afraid to call lawyers. We live in a
Mhm.
litigious world, so
Yep.
if they don't want to take the case, it probably doesn't have any legs. But if they want to take the
Mhm.
case, it's got some legs. If you're being honest, again, I don't know. It makes me think lawyers, doctors, therapists. You got to be honest with them for it to work. You're not honest with your lawyer, doctor, and therapist, maybe your CPA as well, they can't help you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, yeah, what's up? You found some stats?
Yeah, not for the one I was looking for, but it said that 90% of wrongful termination cases settle out of court before reaching trial.
Okay,
It's,
look,
yeah,
yeah,
it says it's difficult to pinpoint the number that I was looking for because there's too many factors in there.
for
So,
sure.
yeah.
But if a lot of them settle out, then that's fine. That the person's walking away with more money than they would have.
And look, it doesn't become some local or national,
Deal,
depending on the
exactly.
number
It's
of
in their best interest. Yep, it's in their interest to settle out because they don't want to go to be in the news for that.
All right, man, what you got for us?
Oh man, mine's real easy. I got a link to the IRS.gov as we approach tax deadline. Their IRS does have some free resources for filing. So I just wanted to put that out there and share it with folks, and the link will be in the show notes. Yeah.
Nice, man. Thank you for the
hmm
reminder.
And it is real. Like just as an example, my mom uses this resource through the local library.
Hey everybody, Tim Sackett, host of HR Famous, a new podcast on the Work Defined Network. Am I famous? No, I'm HR famous. My wife says I'm a micro celebrity, and 13 HR ladies around the world want their picture with me, which I think is funny. So, hey, what do we talk about on the pod? We talk about all the dumb stuff we do in HR in any given day, week, month, and we have fun with it, and we have some great guests. Come check us out. We're not famous, we're HR famous.
And she files for free,
Nice.
federal and state.
Wow.
So,
There you go.
yep, because a lot of the time the catch is, oh, state you got to pay, federal's free, but state you got to pay. This one is a resource that she found and she qualified for. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, you know what? These things are real. Let me share it. Folks could go and dig and see if they qualify and they can get it.
Dropping nuggets today, man. Okay,
Dropping
there you go.
nuggets, man. Just pay the bills.
All right. So, as you're setting ambitious goals for 2025, remember that a well organized team is the foundation for success. In 2025, streamline your business operations with Time Track Go. Their user friendly time tracking software empowers you to get organized. So, say goodbye to messy spreadsheets and inaccurate time entries. Effortlessly track employee hours with their user friendly time clock, streamline time off requests and approvals with their intuitive system, and automate vacation and sick leave policies.
We will thrive in 2025. As Walt says, has coined the phrase thrive in 2025, folks. If you're ready to make 2025 your most productive, thriving year ever, sign up for a free trial of Time Track Go today and experience the difference. Or push your payroll department, your HR department. Like I say in this commercial on this show every time, if your time and attendance, if you're not getting paid right, if it is a bad experience, push them to Time Track Go. We've tried it out ourselves. It's a great, easy to use system. They are committed to staying compliant and making sure folks are getting paid. And in just minutes, your HR payroll team or finance team will have increased productivity, reduced payroll errors, improved employee satisfaction. See, we're talking to you folks, and more time for you to focus on what matters most and not your check being wrong. So if they need it, put them on the Time Track Go. And we got a link for them. Send them this link and they can get 50% off for the first 2 months. And it's www.timetrakgo.com/IAP.
There we go.
And that will get them a discount to use the system. Again, it's timetrackgo.com/IAP. So help them and yourself achieve the goals that you want in 2025. Let's
Man, that's
go.
nice, bro.
Is there special for our listeners?
There you go.
Share it with your payroll and HR department. Yo, please, the time and attendance stink. Use this.
Yeah.
I got some news, the wrong news, because I'm like, oh yeah, and I did read it, but I clearly lost it between reading it and going to research it. So the topic of today's show is, does gender or ethnicity impact our savings? Walt is going to cover that topic.
So we're gonna change it from your savings to your pay and savings. There we go.
Pay.
Look at that.
So how? Because and that makes sense, because I was like, Walt, we talk about gender gap all the time. So
Mhm.
Walt knows the answer to this, but no, it's savings, which is a different look at the same topic. But I found something interesting about earnings, and it is a bit of a yeah. So the first one is, Black and Latino women earn $53 million less than white men.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Why didn't I? Is it here? Yes, I think this is it. Let me put the link. Oh no, this is not it. I lost that link, folks. Just, you have to Google that to fact check me. And so that I thought was like, oh my gosh, horrible. We know that women already, I think the latest number is women earn 83 cents on the dollar for every male,
Yeah.
But now as we talk for gender and ethnicity, is a different story for that, is even worse. The shocker for what I found on just on ethnicity, I moved away from gender because I was like, wait, we know already women earn less, unfortunately. That's why pay transparency rules are in place, and we're trying to change that. It's going to take a while. It's happening. Now, what I went for was like, what about ethnicity? Like, how does that impact? And I found out that, honestly, or let me ask you this. Can you guess what ethnicity earns the most? Median weekly earnings. Median weekly earnings. What ethnicity earns the most out in that category?
I would say the white male.
Asian.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Asian men.
Okay.
Of course, because it doesn't matter what ethnicity, men still earn more than women, unfortunately. So Asian men, then overall Asians, and then Asian women. Still, Asian women earn more than other women. Asian men, and above all, Asian people earn more than both genders.
Okay, well, interesting.
Yep. And in this link I do have in the show notes, in the same one, they talk about number of workers. Now, it's interesting, right? Because if we're talking the number of workers in the workforce, white blow us out the water.
Yeah.
But they're not the highest earners. So very interesting there.
That is interesting.
Now, what does link to it, or a data point that does link to it, is education. The most educated bachelor and master degree level and higher degree and above are Asians. Now, let's keep in mind also, Asian is not only Chinese, Japanese. Asian is technically also Indian.
Yep.
I think a lot of people forget that India is in Asia, and they are technically Asians.
Continent of Asia.
The continent of Asia. They are technically Asians. So that's a massive amount of people. And when they come here, they dominate because they're already better at math. They already have better education, and like they're about that life. So whereas Americans are historically lazy in comparison. So yeah, they blow us out the water in education, which translates into they are the highest earners on a weekly median basis.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. There's all room for statistical anomalies, but it is what it is. I thought that was really interesting in the research. I was like, oh, wait, I didn't expect this.
There you go.
So yeah, there you go. That link will be in the show notes, folks.
Nice. All right. So I have some stats here. Gender wage gap and savings disparity. Brian just touched on that. The wage gap is still there. It's 83 cents for the women for every dollar that a man earns. Gender and retirement savings, right? Because people think when they think of savings, they think of how much money is in my account, and they really don't consider retirement as a savings.
Really?
Yeah. Some people may
definitely savings.
Some people may not know that though, which is why we're here to educate some of the listeners.
I love it. There you go.
And so Women typically save less for retirement than men, probably because they earn less as well. Lower wages, longer life expectancy, and career interruptions for caregiving. A lot of times,
Makes sense.
women may end up with less money to save for retirement because of that. And a study from Fidelity Investments found that women aged 50 and above had only 80% of the savings compared to their male counterparts.
Matches the dollar earned part, but that's,
Yeah.
I think, decent.
Yeah, and so this savings gap is exacerbated by the fact that women live longer than men, increasing the likelihood that they will outlive their savings.
Oh, wow. And I bet it varies for generation too, because I bet
Maybe,
the older, only because of the norms, the social norms, meaning like older generations really depended on their male counterparts to do all the earning. They don't have the savings. The man was expected to save it all. Whereas I bet the newer generations is probably very different. The younger generations, not newer, younger. Very interesting.
Ain't having that.
Yeah, no, nor they should. We don't economically. We don't live in one income household. It's very rare that can happen in today's economy.
Yep,
it's possible, but it's not the norm.
Yep. And so the next one I have is ethnicity and economic inequality. So you spoke to this a little bit. Racial and ethnic minorities in the U.S. often face economic inequality, impacting their savings, behaviors, and financial outcomes.
Yep.
A report in 2020 by Brookings Institution found that Black and Hispanic families, like you spoke to, have a significantly lower wealth accumulation compared to white families.
Yep.
Black families, for example, had a median wealth of just $24,000 compared to $189,000 for white families, limiting their ability to save and invest. And number 4 is financial literacy and gender and ethnicity. So there's studies out there that both women and racial minorities often have lower financial literacy compared to men and white individuals. And some of that may be because of access to certain things. And now I feel like there's more access for people.
Yes.
But historically,
there
might not have been, right?
Nope.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just talking about it with a friend of mine about how like our parents didn't teach us how to be savvy with credit and how to save and why we should save and what's important and things like that. Like bad money habits can be generational. And the Black and brown people suffered from that because it was just, we didn't know any better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And shoot, my parents were just happy to have a good job.
Yep.
And oh wow, you got a job, you can pay your bills, you won.
Yep.
Then okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and we were just like talking about how my parents didn't do. But then at some point you got to get past that. Yep, your parents didn't teach you, but now what are you going to teach yourself? And in this day and age today, there's no excuses. Information, like you said, we just at our fingertips. It's there. You can learn about anything you want for free.
Yep. There you go, man. The next one is, continuing on that, there was the National Financial Educators Council, the NFEC, conducted a survey that found that women and Black Americans scored lower on their financial literacy tests based on what you said, lack of understanding, which led to poor decision making and how we spent our money, how we invested that money. And so we tested poorly on those things when it came to the topic. Discrimination and its impact on savings. Discrimination in the workplace or financial systems can result in lower wages and fewer opportunities for saving amongst the marginalized groups. Go ahead.
I would say Black or brown people be on some YOLO shit too much. We be on some YOLO too much. Like, there's a song I can't even think of. I don't know the name of it, but it's I can't pay my rent, but I'm going to the club tonight. You know what I mean?
Bro, that Cash Money.
Cash Money Click.
Yeah, Cash Money.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah. All them. They had a song back in the day. I'm Still Fly or something like that. And like I got everything in my mama's
name. Exactly. That's a whole nother. That's that hustler street life deal because they're criminals.
But hi
there. I'm Peter Zollman, I'm a co-host of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast.
And I'm Stephen Rothberg, and I guess that makes me the other co-host.
Every other week, we're joined by guests from the world's leading job sites.
Together, we analyze news about general, niche, and aggregator job board and recruitment marketplaces sites.
Make sure you sign up and subscribe today.
All jokes aside, but how many people have done that? Not who weren't,
because their name is their credit is bad. Or no, the worst is when you put it in your baby's name. Your baby 4 years old and they got a credit card already. Come on,
can't do that anymore. I don't think you can do that anymore, but because there's a lot
not.
of checks and balances in place. But a lot of people were doing that. Remember that back in the day, they used to like, oh, I got 5 kids, so you want to claim one of them on your taxes?
Oh my goodness, that was rampant, bro. They were at one point, folks were selling Social Security numbers like 10 years ago. I was like, what? What are you talking about,
bro?
It was crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
So a study in 2019 by McKinsey and Company found that women of color face the greatest barriers in terms of wage inequality and career investment, leading to slower wealth accumulation and limited savings opportunities. And that's in 2019. We still have a ways to go here.
Yeah, it's a ways later, but I'm sure it's not solved. Maybe the numbers may be better, but it's not solved.
Maybe. Cost of living in ethnic communities. So certain communities live in areas where there are higher costs of living, which can impact their ability to save. Gentrification is a real thing. And so once these neighborhoods get built up, sometimes they increase the rent. Oh,
I'm seeing it right now. Yeah. There's a road that I take to work, and it's within a mile span. It goes from the hood to more plush, and it's gentrification. Like that's exactly how it's happening, and you can see it spreading out little by little, spreading down that road, trying to move on. But that's what it is.
Yeah, man. And then so that's something that impacts Latino and Black families as well. Because it impacts it makes it hard for them to save when their rent increases and goes up and stuff. The caregiving is what you spoke to earlier, or we spoke to earlier, and that can impact the women's savings because if they
absolutely,
if that's who they choose to love and they decide to have a baby, or if they decide to adopt, what your sexuality preferences. And so if whatever you decide to do about having a baby or adopting, whatever your life plan is, and you have to provide caregiving to those kids and stuff like that. And so you might have to take some time off depending on what happens with your family. And so that can impact them in their savings because they already earn less than men.
Yeah. And if you, even at the shortest time that you take off, if you're actually having a child, or like you said, even if you adopt, you got to take a few months off. And even if you switch off, like that's what impacts it.
Look, and there's a Harvard Business Review article that highlighted that women in the U.S. typically lose between 10 to 20% of their lifetime earnings due to those caregiving responsibilities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Socioeconomic status and ethnic minorities when it comes to saving habits. People from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, which often includes many ethnic minorities, may struggle to prioritize saving day to day due to their financial constraints. So that can mean limited resources like we spoke to and limited access. The Federal Reserve's 2019 survey of consumer finances revealed that Black and Hispanic households are more likely to have zero or negative savings compared to white households, which many respondents citing the high cost of living and the lack of financial resources as reasons. And that's another reason that we spoke to Americans living paycheck to paycheck. Look, and there are white families that struggle too. So I understand that as well. So not trying to offend anybody, but this is the reality of the way that things were structured.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And then some of these are the same thing, like barriers to accessing financial tools, cultural differences in savings behavior. In some cultures, it says that savings is not prioritized or is viewed differently. Some ethnic groups may be more focused on spending on family and community rather than saving for the future. Like you said, living in the now. Hey, you only live once. I want to experience something. I want to have a good life now and not worry about the future. You may have to work till you're 70, 80, but
I don't know where you live. I don't know. I'm worried about, there's certain family members that I'm worried about that I'm like, where is this person going to live when they're 80 years old and they don't have any kids to take care of them? You know what I mean?
That's something that they don't think about because they're living for the now.
I mean,
And they're not
I
really
hope
thinking about the future.
there's is there group homes that they go to, nursing
Mhm.
homes that will take them? I don't know. What is the social welfare like? How does that work? Because they just end up homeless. Like that's insane.
And here's another interesting stat. It was done in 2019, so this may have changed, but it says there was a report done by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC,
FDIC.
and they said that nearly 20% of Black and Latino households were unbanked, meaning that they didn't have access to any savings or checkings accounts, which limited their ability to save.
Okay, but so two things come to mind there, because you said they don't have access. They have access if they want to open the account, because there are going to be some brown folks that can open an account and don't want to, and then they're going to be some that are legal and can't. The illegals that can't, then it is what it is. You can't.
It says it here. It says some of them want to avoid the high fees. Some don't. Some lack trust in banks.
And I've heard that's where I was going to. I've heard people growing up, oh, I'll keep my money in my bed. I'll keep my cat. Like I don't like a bank, and like that. I don't know. That's usually that sentiment comes because you want to hide your money. Period. Not because you don't trust the bank. You just don't want to be tracked at all, and because you don't have a bank, you're gonna stay broke.
Yep.
Because the bank and the fees is not an excuse. There are free checking accounts, free savings accounts. Like there's no excuse anymore, especially now with the fintech that's out there. Absolutely free accounts. I don't even know if you can function anymore on cash only. That'd be a good show survey to bring up. Another one I think would be homeless folks, like where our numbers are in the states and what's causing this homelessness and stuff like that. How it impacts our paychecks.
That would be a great show because I don't know if you've ever been to San Francisco.
I have. It would look crazy.
Yep, San Francisco, Seattle. It's like certain
I'm
major
sorry,
cities.
it wasn't San Francisco, but it was close to San Francisco.
Yeah,
but it was still like there. Like I was riding in California, close to San Francisco, and
bro, it looks
tented
like
towns along the highway.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it looks like some like post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
type scenario, type situation. Just geez, man, there's so many people out there.
Yep.
All right, man, that's pretty much all I have. And I guess we got the question of the day. And look, I understand that it's changing. It may be changing, but do you think, I guess another way to put this question, do you think that gaps in wages and savings will ever come to a point where they're closed? Where it's like
I think
identical?
so.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think between gender and ethnicity it will close the gap, but it'll probably be some other gap.
Rich and poor?
Will always be rich and poor, but what came to mind first is the AI educated and the non-AI educated. There'll be a wealth gap there. I think that's the one that folks need to focus more on. Now, yes, of course, we need to close the gender gap. We need to close ethnicity gaps. But there are some really glaring reasons why that happens and why that is. I think it's going to get closed. What was that stat? We have more millionaires now being created than ever in history. Self-made millionaires.
Yeah.
So things like that are going to continue to close the gap. The internet, the social media, and influencers and content creators, they're closing the gaps.
Yep.
But as technology shifts, I think that will be the next gap is the AI literate and the non-AI literate.
Welcome to This Meeting Should Have Been a Podcast, where we take on workplace issues from a skewed angle.
No corporate buzzwords, you quiet quitters.
And no strategic KPIs or dashboards.
Get out of here. We're talking company culture, leadership, workplace.
Guests who've lived through the chaos.
So forget those slide decks. We're candid, clever, hopefully useful.
We'll see you outside the boardroom. Go Lakers.
Don't wear that. Get out. Don't even wear that hat.
Yep. Okay. So that's why I urge everybody to learn prompts. There's a ton of free resources out there. So you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to learn coding, but you can learn some basics on how to understand how to engage with AI and technology and get savvy around it. You don't have to learn how to write code to get savvy around this. Yeah, I urge folks. And something I definitely for this show, as many folks are impacted by layoffs
Yep.
and terminations, wrongful or not. Pick yourself up, reboot, retool, learn something new. Believe me, there's opportunity. You gotta want to just, okay, I gotta shrug this off and keep going. You got to get yourself back up and keep going. That is if there's no other American way, that's the American way for sure. That's the
Yeah.
American way I know, right? Is being resilient. And what I tell my kids, if you get knocked down 7 times, you got to get up 8.
Yeah.
Got to get up one more time and you got knocked down.
Yep.
You have to keep getting up. You have to keep fighting. I get it. Oh, it's tiring. You got to do something. You got to keep pushing. So, if you're out there, if you're physically able and your brain works and your body works for the most part, if you were just working and you just got laid off, guess what? You can do it. Take a break. I get it. You want to take a break maybe and take a breather. And look, you can get a pity day. You can get a day of pity, throw your pity party and cry and drown yourself in a bottle or in a smoke, whatever it is that you do, or nothing, or just cry and eat and whatever it is that you cry into that gallon of ice cream, whatever it is you do in that pity party, keep it to a minimum. And the next day, get yourself back up, back going. There's plenty of work out there. There's plenty of work. You figure out what you need to do. You can take some work until you figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So much gig economy and everything. This is not the end of your story, right?
Yeah.
So don't let a layoff become the end of your story. It's just the end of that chapter, and you can.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I just had it in my heart to speak to a lot of in my research. I was seeing a lot of more layoffs in the government, and companies I think take advantage of that and they run with it. They're like, wait, if the government is laying off millions, guess what? We can lay off these 10 people that we've been
Absolutely.
wanting to lay off anyway, or let's take this opportunity to get rid of the people we don't like. Because yes, sometimes when you terminate, and especially in RIFs, folks
Yeah.
that if you're not well liked, you get terminated.
And look, well, some of these people, we spoke about this earlier. I don't know if it was on the show, but the DEI initiatives that were rolled back, some of those initiatives created jobs for people.
Yeah.
And so when they were rolled back, those positions were like, hey,
We're
roll them back.
eliminating them.
We don't need you.
Yeah.
We don't need you anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes, in some cases, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then you find other opportunities. But not every company rolled back their DEI. Go to the companies that still believe in it. Go to the companies that didn't need it in the first place and were hiring anyway.
And look, I'm seeing a lot of, in our profession, I'm seeing a lot of payroll pros
Yeah.
on LinkedIn
Yep.
post, hey, I'm open for work. I'm
Yep.
looking for work. And
Yep.
I'm just like, man, like, maybe that's a symptom of what's going on.
I think so. And I apologize, folks. I don't always repost that because honestly, I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know why you got laid off. I don't know if you were good at your job. So I can't. I think we have a reputation to uphold. I think if you do need help, hey, I've been thinking about creating maybe because you're always talking about the job board, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, maybe there's something we can do to highlight for. I don't know if folks would be willing to come on the show and just talk about their experiences payroll wise, and maybe I don't know, but like a video interview, not interview, but here's all about me type of thing, and we can
Yeah.
interview them, and they could talk about. You could glean a lot about having a conversation about payroll, right? Like they can
Yeah.
have a conversation about payroll. They're probably good at what they
Mhm.
do, and I don't know if maybe that is the avenue we take to give folks a platform. You're out of work. You're a payroll pro. Come on the show. Talk about payroll.
Look, I think we can. That's our industry. Maybe we should
Right.
consider like different people. Like one of them,
Wow.
like we bought your friend on Anthony, right? Talk about
Mhm.
nursing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like, and that may prompt somebody to listen to the episode to say, hey, I want to get into nursing because I want to have the same heart that he does. Listen to his story or whatever. It's just a different idea. We'll talk about it
Mhm.
later and see and go from there. But I think it's an opportunity for us to really get to that it's about people part.
Yep.
And
Hey, maybe once a
on
month
that.
we showcase somebody from any industry.
Yep.
And then other times it's payroll because I'm definitely down for that. But I can't just repost your I'm looking for work type of thing because I don't know what type of if somebody hires you because they saw it on my post and then you turn out to be bad, and
Well, what does that have to do with you? Just because they saw it
I'm
on your post.
reposting. Yeah. My reputation is all I got. I take it as I'm vouching for you. right? And I can't qualify it. That would be disrespectful. Hey, I can't vouch for this person, but here I am reposting it. So if I'm reposting it, I'm vouching for you. And I don't vouch for people easily in real life. So if I haven't worked with you directly, I can't vouch with you. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know how good you are at your job. You know what I mean? So for me to repost is fake for me because somebody's, oh, damn, I'm going to hire this person. Brian does a payroll podcast. This person must be good. No, not the case if I don't know how you work.
Yeah.
So, but I'd definitely be willing to have you come on the show and talk about it.
Look, everybody's entitled to how
Yeah.
they feel. You're entitled to that. Other people
Yeah.
are moved by different things and different scenarios in life. I think about it a little bit differently. And reputation is a big thing. But I feel like the only way my reputation in that scenario would be questioned, because things may not work out. They may not be a good fit for that person. Or a company may not be a good fit, or they may not be a good fit for that company. And sometimes things don't work out. I think that it would be more likely if you were to say, hey, to call the company and say, hey, you need to hire this person. And then that would put and say, hey, versus just reposting a post that's on LinkedIn. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
All right.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us today. We love you. Peace.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.